About bringing in Boots Ennis.
Boots Ennis.
He not coming to spar you.
And his fight's coming out.
He may.
In the next week.
I will be there if I'm allowed.
So you heard Shawn said that his dad thinking about bringing in Jaron Ennis to spar for the Terrence Crawford fight. We'll be right back.
What it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx from the Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Night man in boxing. Night man in boxing. Land the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellow Sports TV.
Hey, Steven, man, you really believe that? Oh, man, come on.
All right, man. You heard Shawn Porter was on his podcast where he had, I think, a comedian called Light Skin Pierce called Andrade as a boss. Mikey Lost here in Stevenson preview featuring comedian Pierre. All right, TPWP episode 57. So shout out to Shawn Porter, right? He said they thinking about bringing in Thad wanted to bring in Jaron Ennis to spar. And the thing about bringing in somebody that's young, talented, and got that killer mindset is it's a gift and a curse, because when you bring in somebody that might be as dominant as we think he is, he can hurt Shawn Porter confidence. He can get Shawn Porter, we can get Shawn Porter an injury, or he can hurt his confidence where he might not be the same fighter, but young and hungry fighters help keep them on their toes. But check out the Boxing News playlist, welterweight playlist. And he said that he sparred I think he said 6 or 12 rounds with Plantware. I think he said 6 rounds apiece in 2 different days, but there's been some things leaked out about how that sparring went. I'll just leave it at that. But Crawford, they looking for southpaws, talking about Demetrius Andrade. But the thing about Crawford, if you had to say the perfect sparring partner that, because there's a lot of great sparring partners, that's not known in young fighters or fighters that may not be, household names even in the future. But remember, have you ever watched 24/7 with have you guys ever watched 24/7 with Oscar De La Hoya? It was a lot of just young, hungry sparring partners he had for Floyd Mayweather, and it was just like, they was coming to knock his block off, and kind of, that's kind of what, you kind of looking for, not necessarily names. Because at some point, a lot of these guys won't be sparring partners no more. They're going to be real world champions. Like Jaron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz, excuse me. They're going to be real fighters. But sparring gives you that repetition. It gives you, kind of learn how to be a pro and, stuff of that nature. And that's a great thing about sparring. It teaches you, it's not just, the physical part of sparring. It's the mental part, some of the things where, the pointers they give you where you can be weak or where you can get better at, or, how you carry yourself as a pro, how you spend your money, some of the things you do in strength and conditioning, or do you, do curls or sit-ups, you lift, a lot of times it's just free game, well, it's not free because you're paying the sparring partner, but I wonder will Boots come. I think his father let him come. But my thing about Shawn too, what I'm worried about is Shawn being around these different people too. I don't care if you, vaxxed or not. Shawn should be isolated, honestly, to me, bro. He should be in a whole, he should be via Zoom or via, you see these guys I don't care if these dudes are protected or not protected. We just leave it at that. He shouldn't really be in the same room with those guys. I don't care what nobody say. But like I said before, when you talk about good sparring partners, Jaron Ennis is can you classify him as Bud as a same fighter? That's tough, bro. That's tough because they both offensive and they different, bro. They definitely do, because what Jaron Ennis remind me of is Roy Jones. That's exactly who he remind me of, bro. Not per se the same way he throw a jab or the same way he throw a hook, just a flashy head mover, man. The difference between him and Roy, I think Roy did it in his own way, but I know it's early. I just think they flashy feet, but I think with him, he pressure you a little bit different than Roy. Roy lose angle. Sometimes this kid will come straight to you, and he loved being inside, if you notice, and he know how to fight on the inside, you know. And he will step over on an angle, and as he step into his right, he will fire a left uppercut. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then he'll step out of range, he step back in range and throw a couple. I just think how unconventional him and Roy is, they remind me of, but preparing for Crawford is a little bit different. Just because they both switch hit, they different. Crawford is a different type of fighter. Crawford is more patient, and he more patient overall, especially early on. He more patient, you know. And the thing about Crawford right now, his ring IQ is higher. Not to say Ennis is off of experience, off of repetition. And he just a little bit, he like an old man, you know what I'm saying? Old people kind of, they may not physically be able to do things like they used to, but they do things a little bit more cerebral. And I think with Crawford, I think Demetrius Andrade might be the best sparring partner for him. Because I think Demetrius Andrade has the ring experience, but also he has the aggressiveness to mimic Crawford. It's in their own different way. You know, the bars, loving you. If you don't know nothing about the bar, you know, it's the sound of the D. All right, but, you know, but yeah, they do things. I think Demetrius Andrade might be. Ennis is better for them. Ennis is better for high, like it's better. Like he's better like for conditioning. You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna push you. He gonna dog you. He gonna get you better for like fighting at 1,000 light year speed, and you know that's what he better for. But as far as for, I think Demetrius Andrade is the better sparring partner. You know, and that's no knock to him. He'd be great too, because you know, but I don't think it's about the switching. I think Shawn seen enough orthodox fight. I think it's about the southpaw. You talking about Demetrius Andrade. The reason I say Demetrius Andrade is not because of height, it's not because of length. It's because people, I was talking about this on my boy channel the other day, Johnny Cruz, and we was talking about I was talking about Demetrius Andrade. The thing about Demetrius Andrade is he willing to try to get the knockout. He aggressive, but he's not young and reckless. I won't say Ennis is reckless, but you know, when you're younger, you tend to take more chance. You tend to want to get hit because you ain't accumulated that star tissue and that neurological punch card we talk about sometimes. But I think when you talk about Demetrius Andrade, and Andrade is taller than 6 foot. You know, if you see that picture he took with Usyk, I don't know where they get these things from, these numbers from. He at least 6'2". All right, maybe 6'3". But the thing about him too is that he has experience, and what he does is kind of a little bit what Crawford does. He's a little bit more, obviously, he's more, people say, sloppier than Crawford. But the thing about him is he's going to come out there and show you an aggressive look from a southpaw stance and allow Shawn to figure out how he's going to attack it. Because him and Crawford, even though Crawford has great hooks and uppercuts, Ennis is more of a hook guy. He throw great straight punch, but he hook. But I think Andrade is a little bit more straight puncher. He's more straight, and he has that ring experience, and you know he might be a little bit clumsy with him, but I think his ring experience and his ability to make adjustments on the championship level might be the difference as far as sparring. I think that's what we need to look at. Somebody who can kind of box on the back foot and then process information and then, you know, go out there and go get it. Well, Ennis, he going to get it off. He young. He going to get it off rip. You know how they say about young guys who have sex. They just like jackrabbits and shit. And then you get older, you know how to make love and, you know, how to sexual talk. You know, that's the key to sex, man. You know, especially, you know, people talk about size and people talk about, and I'm had to bob off, but people talk about that. A lot of the key to sex is rhythm and the mouthpiece. The mouthpiece, and if she really like you, same thing for a male. You know, we can't be in it too, but that's the key, is the rhythm, mouthpiece thing. You know, it's how to treat them, how to touch them with the spots. You know, but like I said before, Ennis is like a jacker. He want to go out there and kill shit. Demetrius Andrade a little bit more calmer, a little bit more cerebral. He'll process information, but when he get aggressive in the southpaw, when he becomes aggressive, a lot of times he started off a fight aggressive, and then on the back end he'll pick his spots, but that's Bud. Bud gonna process information, and then he gonna capitalize. And I think Demetrius Andrade is the guy that he need. Honestly, man, I think that's the guy that he need. And somebody who got feet and who can box and then on the outside a little bit and then see what you're doing and press you. But Shawn Porter is talking more about sparring. Shawn Porter talking about what he's doing, but Shawn Porter need to focus on and Bud might be his arms might be a little longer than Demetrius. And they don't really never have accurate length neither or height. I still think to Josh Taylor, like I said, he at least 6 foot. But long arm. But what I would say about Shawn, what Shawn needs to do, man, to me, this shit is simple, bro. To me, it's simple. Shawn, they might come in. The thing is, fight like Manny Pacquiao. Fight like Pacquiao. What I mean by that is, if I was him, I would walk Crawford on the outside, feint him, jump in, get off, clinch, go back on the outside. I feint him and I just move off the spot. I keep his feet moving. I would keep him off balance, off angles. He don't know if I'm coming to punch. He don't know if I'm coming with a hook. The way to get Crawford, bro, is the overhand lefts and rights. He will make the adjustment, but the overhand lefts and rights, feint. Come on, if you watch the Felix Diaz fight, it's something there. He throws the overhand lefts and rights. Those are punches that it's hard to be offensive and get away from. And Shawn just need to worry about scoring the shots and getting out of dodge. Feint them, use angles, get off, even sometimes get off with a 1-2. Maybe sometimes jump in with a 2 and get off the spot. Feint like you coming, move off the spot. You know what I'm saying? Keep Crawford off balance. Keep Crawford. Don't let him sit on the back foot and don't let him get on the front foot. Keep him off balance. And that's not going to work for all 12 rounds. It's not, unless you hurt Crawford. But I think sometimes if you jump in with a quick 1-2, touch the body, clinch. You got to keep him guessing. Feint him, move off the spot. Feint him, move off the spot. Sometimes you feint him and go. All right. And when you get on the inside, hold him. You know what I'm saying? Use your head. Come in with your head. Use all that shit. But the thing is to keep him at bay. Keep him stationary. Keep him as that target. Don't let him get on the back foot. Don't let him get on the front foot. Keep him in that gray area. And when he make the adjustment, then maybe if you feel like you up on the scorecards, maybe get him on the inside, hold him, use your head, lean your weight on him, push him on the other side of the ring, and maybe that might be the key. But that's the only way he can win, honestly, is being on the inside, jumping in, using angles, keep Crawford aggressing, keep Crawford there. But Crawford's gonna make the adjustment, and I think the adjustment that he probably will is that. Well, I'm talking about him. He make a jump, but what Shawn needs to do is get on the inside, hold him, lean on him, and buy time. But like I said before, that's the only game plan they got that I think could be effective, bro. Unless Crawford just have an off night. I think fighting like Pacquiao in their own way, feinting, jumping in 1-2s, feinting, keep him coming, thinking he coming, move off the spot, then jump in with overhand lefts and rights, hold him, get him on it. I think that's the way you got it. He can beat Crawford, But the thing about that is when he jump in, will Crawford time him? And that's the adjustment that Crawford makes. Short left hook. Pow. That's Crawford. That's what Floyd did with Ricky Hatton. That was the adjustment. Ricky Hatton was giving him hell. What Floyd did was a shorter hook that he didn't see coming. And when Shawn Porter throw his shots, he tries to dip his head, but it's there. And the thing about Crawford can throw a lead left or right. Crawford can touch him with a quick 1-2. And once he catch Shawn Porter jumping in with a quick 1-2, count your blessings that you're going to see either a hook that's going to drop him, a hook that's going to hurt him, a 1, 2, 3, and a 4. So when Crawford find him, that's going to be the adjustment, And I think a quick hook, a 1, 2, 3, you might even see an uppercut, him move out the way. That's what Crawford going to do. Crawford going to hold his ground eventually and pop and touch him, And that's why you use feint, so Crawford can't really time you. It's going to be difficult. But once he catch him, the question is if Shawn take the shot well, if he don't, because the thing about Bud, people talk about his power, but the thing about him is when it's left, it's the counter punch. So let's say he is a southpaw and he catch you with the straight right? He start catching you with the straight right. Then all he gonna do is line that left hand up. That's all he gonna do. Once he touch you with the jab, he might come back with the straight right, come back with the three. That's what he do. He lines you up with that left hand, you know, and he may line Shawn Porter up with a quick 1-2, you know. So once he start finding Shawn Porter, that's when the fight gonna get fun. You know, once you start finding Shawn, that's when it's gonna get fun. But I do think Demetrius Andrade is the better sparring partner. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Check the welterweight playlist out. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Facebook group. Reach out for an advertisement on the channel, really quick, chop it up. All my social media links description. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Best way to donate, thumbs up, share the video, subscribe channel, hit the bell icon, all notifications. Other than that, check out the box news and welterweight playlist. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Peace.